too early for you to go in there. Well, it looks like everybody's heading out of Keswick in the same direction. We're following the procession of people with rucksacks. So we're just making the dash out of Keswick, walking by the former railway station on the railway line. And what's your plan for today?
We're going to go to the Stone Circle, which is Castlerigg.
Yes.
And then we're going to go on to Threlkeld for luncheon.
Okay, yep. And then back to Keswick.
Yeah, via the small hills that are the beginning of woodland, Catherine,
Skiddaw and
Skiddaw,
so on.
the left-hand side. Yeah, it's a good walk. We did it before and it was challenging, but not too extreme really, because it's going to get hot this afternoon.
Yeah, it's May. It's the beginning of May, but it's very, very nice at the moment, isn't it? Very nice weather.
Yeah.
And it's been nice the last few days.
Yeah.
So this is because it's the old railway line. It's obviously used by cyclists as well as walkers. So we're just using this to sort of get out of the town. The town's very, very busy. There are lots of people in the town. So we're just using this to get out of the town, and then we'll head up to Castlerigg.
It provides really good access onto the mountains that's from our left. So a lot of people use it.
So the mountains on the north,
on the north side of
Keswick. So Keswick is towards the north part of the Lake District, or it's the gateway to those northern and most sort of westerly lakes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to our walk today, and it's similar to one we did about a year ago.
Yes.
And we're doing a slightly different version of that.
Well, we were impressed by the Stone Circle, weren't we?
So we'll see if the Stone Circle's as good as it was before, but it was busy up there last time. Lots of people up there, going up there on coaches and minibuses and things. So we'll see.
Yes.
We will find out. Yeah, we think we're going the right way. So heading up this little rise off the railway trail. So that railway trail goes from Keswick to the village of Threlkeld, which is 2 or 3 miles east of Keswick. And then we're striking up here, and we'll hopefully get up to the Stone Circle. We'll find out in a bit. We're a long way from William Wallace's home territory, but there's obviously somebody inspired by him. So heading up towards Castlerigg, you sort of come off the little footpath we took, and then you've got a little bit of the town just to negotiate, only a little bit. You go by a load of Victorian villas and bed and breakfast houses, and then there's this, if we remember rightly, I think it's a good steady ascent. We'll get by the last of these houses in Keswick, and then it opens up into the countryside. Wow, it's getting warm.
Yeah.
So we made it up to the Stone Circle, which is managed by English Heritage. I think donations are appreciated, but you can just stroll in. There's no turnstile and ticket office. So the Stone Circles are just up where the people are. And Pamela says it's the Helvellyn Range on our just ahead of us here. And and I think this Stone Circle is I think it's understood and known to be a genuine stone circle. It's not an ancient one. It's not a Victorian folly, as some of them are. This is quite an ancient one, and I think is believed to be, well, I guess there's no certainty as to what on earth it's here for. A meeting place, a marking point, a defensive position, spiritual destination for the the ancient people who lived in these valleys, and it's clearly clearly important sort of crossing point in the sense that you've got the route between the mountains going south towards Grasmere and Ambleside and Windermere. You've got the Helvellyn Range to our east, and then north, partly shielded by the tree, there's obviously a route through the valley heading due north, and that's quite visible, quite clear. And then obviously you've got this east-west valley that runs west towards Keswick and the coast. So it's an interesting sort of point on this sort of mini plateau. It's not too high up here, but clearly a very, very good vantage point for this panorama of hills and mountains. Very high mountains can be seen from here, and it's a lovely clear day, so a lot is very visible. We're just debating what these mountains are that we can see. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful view, and I suppose it doesn't matter if you don't know what the names are really. We think this sort of lower sort of rolling range is Catbells.
Maidenmore, I'm pretty
and Maidenmore,
and
yeah.
that's Robinson behind it.
Robinson behind it. So we're going to walk along, not along the top of Catbells, and you can see a path going to the top. We're going to walk along the balcony route, all being well, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we think possibly on the horizon, the peak right on the horizon is possibly Scafell, the highest peak in England.
Yeah. It's towards that.
It's certainly looking towards that way.
Yeah.
And then we can't quite remember what these other peaks are over this way, just immediately to the west. But yeah, you get this tremendous sense of the vista. The obligatory ewe and lambs shot. There we go. And I think we're just coming up to probably the most difficult bit of the walk. This is a nice walk, but you get up to the A66 and you've got to get across this main road. But you said there is a sort of designated crossing point.
Yes.
You just got to be really careful because the traffic's fast. And didn't you say you nearly saw a woman come to grief on her electric bicycle?
Well, they publicise this as a circuit, what we're walking.
Yeah.
So you can go to the stone circle and then go back in along the old railway track.
Right, cycle it
On an electric bike.
Yeah.
The only thing was she didn't stop.
Okay.
She kept going. And nearly got by a car. I mean, 6 inches probably he missed her by.
Yeah.
She just didn't stop. She just hurried on.
And this is, well, hopefully we don't witness anything like that today, and we just got to be careful ourselves. But
absolutely.
I think this is the slight difficulty when people hire the bikes, and they probably may not ridden a bike for a long time, and off they go on these electric bikes. And the electric bikes are obviously brilliant if you're having difficulty getting up and down the hills.
Yes.
But they are difficult to control, aren't they?
Well,
and
she just didn't stop.
So she just panicked, sort of thing, just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, well, she was part of a bigger group, and she should have stopped, really.
Okay, yeah, she'd have stopped and just sort of ploughed across the road. And
yes.
Yeah, so we'll try to avoid that. We're getting up to the road now.
It's set up, and you can see there's an island in the middle of the road and so on, and it's well signed and everything. You've just got to realise you're crossing the A66, really.
Yeah, so this road is it goes all the way. Well, we know it quite well because it goes all the way from Middlesbrough on the east coast, right the way through to Workington on the west coast. But it crosses some of the highest parts of the English Pennines, doesn't it?
It does.
Right in the middle. Yeah, so you've got to be. This is where you've got to be careful. So we can go halfway and then wait and not go across on whizzing by. So that's just a bit of it's fine. Look, there's nothing coming along at all now, but you just got to be careful. And the traffic is moving very fast. And then we're just going into Threlkeld itself, which is just coming up on the left. The road obviously bypasses the village now. Just admiring these cottages and the super flowers. Again, it's a mixture. The bluebells and so on are quite late here compared with further south. But the magnolia, I think it's a magnolia. It's cherry. That's tree's magnificent. What's the road here? Superb. That's lovely. So in Threlkeld village there is a coffee shop here, a community run coffee shop, which looks like it's open. So there's one or two things here. So we're going to go in and see if we can get a wee bite to eat. Well, we very much enjoyed our lunch at the Horse and Farrier pub, and we're making our way back towards Keswick. And thankfully we're just at the part of the journey where the footpath starts to move away a little bit from the A66, so it could be a bit quieter. And we're joining, as it says here, the Keswick to Threlkeld railway trail. It's along the old railway line that ran through here, so it should be a bit more pleasant when we get away from the main road. It's only half a mile or so from Threlkeld down to this point. Enjoyed your lunch, didn't you?
It was very good.
What did you have? You had
a Cumberland sausage.
Excellent.
Mash and veg. It was lovely.
Yeah,
plenty
of fresh veg, wasn't there?
There were.
I had the very traditional steak and mushroom pie. But it was very good food, and it was a good pint of real ale. I think it was Tyrrell's. Was it Grasmere Ale? I can't remember the actual name of it, but it was a local brewery, and very good pint of beer. It was very good. Enjoyed that. It was very nicely looked after there. They were doing quite good trade in the pub.
Very brisk trade.
Yeah, very good trade, but very, very good food. Just not a extensive menu, but 10. 10 decent meals, 10 good mains to choose from, plus some starters and sweets if you wanted to.
And there were lots of different sandwiches, weren't there?
Plenty of baguettes, sandwiches, things like that. So you can have something slightly lighter if you wanted to. So I think people were treating themselves to lunch out, or indeed they were like us, they were walkers or cyclists breaking their journey there.
So I think dog people,
doggy people there. Yeah, they're very welcoming to the dogs, and the dogs were well behaved, which is good. So this bridge takes us over, I think it's the Greta. Is it the River Greta?
I think
which flows through Keswick. Yeah. Pamela was just saying, not far off the main road now, and it's quietened down rapidly. There's just the odd zurr of the bikes as they go by on the cycle path. The river is just down on our right. So continuing along the cycleway and the footpath, and another bridge over the river. We keep crossing and recrossing the river. We've noticed as well, we've got a very good Ordnance Survey map, which is 2021, dated 2021. But strangely enough, it doesn't mark these bridges over the river at all. It shows the dismantled railway line quite clearly, but it doesn't seem to be up to date to show what's actually here. And you think this path and these bridges, they've obviously been here some years, haven't they?
I think
They've not been constructed in the last 3 or 4 years.
No.
They've been here 10 years or more, I should think. So the Ordnance Survey map's not quite up to date and slightly misleading. But yeah, you can follow this obviously very level route from Threlkeld all the way into Keswick if you wish, and it just crosses and recrosses the river. Just cross the river again. Hear the planes, can't see them yet. They're out there training yesterday. So just cross the river, and this is where you've got straightforward route down into Keswick. Just follow this all the way down into Keswick. It's noisy. We're going to turn right up to where the ice cream van is, and then up the road, sort of high up. We're going to go a bit higher up and then drop down again through the woodland. Now, I can't always guarantee that the ice cream van's going to be here, but it's quite a good way marker. It's usually there, particularly if it's a nice day. Pamela's making her way steadily up this quite steep climb up from the river. See what this signpost says. Skiddaw, 4 miles. So there are various routes that will take you up to the large peak that stands immediately above Keswick, I suppose, the main peak on the north side of Keswick itself. But we're going to check the map, and we're certainly going to get the sticks out to help us on our way down, take a bit of pressure off the knees as much as anything. Starting to get nearer to Keswick. It's a good view here of Derwentwater, north end of Derwentwater, and some of the fells in the distance are just a bit hazy now, a bit cloudy now. But yeah, Pamela's making her way steadily down. It's a good path, just a bit gritty in places. Just got to make sure you don't slip. But good fun. Getting towards the final little bit of our walk through the woodland just above Keswick, just starting to drop down towards Keswick just slowly and steadily. And I was just thinking back to probably my first time up in the Lake District. We've had many decent family holidays in the 90s and 2000s, but the first time I really came up here first time ever I came up here properly was in 1985. I think it was 1985, so it's pretty well 40 years ago, with my pal Stuart, and we walked from Windermere or Ambleside, I think, up to Keswick over about 7 or 8 days. Carried all our gear, clothes and everything for the week, and many elements of it were absolutely brilliant. I proved to myself I could walk the distance, which was good. Scenery was superb. It was lovely. Walking was good, challenging at times, but great fun. And we found some good pubs and had a few good pints of beer from time to time. But although it was July, there are 2 or 3 things I can remember particularly. It was it rained every single day, bar one, and I also learned that I hadn't really got the right gear. It was Stuart had done Duke of Edinburgh Awards scheme and things like that, so he got some decent stuff. I think I bought myself the cheapest pair of what I call Polish Army boots I could find. So I got a pair of boots, and actually they were okay. They did the job. They weren't terribly comfortable, but they were okay. But I got a pretty cheap rucksack, which I discovered soon let water through. So my clothes started to get damp. Whether they'd been worn or not worn, they were just getting sodden. And I think what I disliked was the fact that it was hard to get a good night's sleep. We were staying at youth hostels, so you were in, I don't know what they're like these days, but we're in great rooms of 12, 15, 20 people, great big dormitories mostly. And so I remember getting to the end of the week feeling I'd not slept properly, all week. So I was just tired out, absolutely tired out, really. Just exhausted from the combination of the walking, but then not being able to sleep. And we usually had a youth hostel dinner, and they were not particularly large or calorific. So I think I was also hungry. And I'm not a big bloke, and I'm not a big weighty bloke, but I was just hungry all the time. And probably ended up filling up on beer, which probably wasn't a good thing, but that's what we did. But yeah, it's just that experience of being in these, particularly when you're not used to sleeping in big rooms with other people. Well, why would you be used to that? But you'd be lying on your bunk bed, waking up hour after hour, sort of intermittently, because of all you'd have a night full of people, there'd be the snoring, the grunting, the farting, all that sort of stuff, and that was just me.